two black brothers on the microphone. It's just two black brothers on the microphone. It's just two black brothers on the microphone. It's just two black brothers on the microphone. You already know what the time is. I handle my biz. It ain't no sleeping on the job. Open up your eyelids. We back working on the craft, doing what we do best. Full court running the press. A couple of vets. By request is just two black brothers discussing everything under the sun. Victorious run, rushing for the touchdown. 2-point conversion. We not kicking. We philosophizing with pole politicking. The DJ, period, point blank. The choice ain't too difficult when we do what the mother folks can't. In the paint, we going hard, cause we gotta be. Draft pick, lottery flow, sacred geometry. That's right, the people do so much talking. They close their mouth when they hear grown-ups talking. I showed up often doing more of the work. It's 4 eyes, now who you with? Well, spoiler alert. It's just two black brothers on the microphone. Getting live for the interview. It's just two black brothers on the microphone. They might teach you a thing or two. It's just two black brothers on the microphone. Tell them if your baby mom asks. It's just two black brothers on the microphone with a motherfucking podcast.
What up? What up? Welcome back to the Just Two Black Brothers podcast. I'm DJ Period. That's my brother, Pop Politic, and we got the homie Pop Da Brown Hornet. What's good with you, sir?
What's going on? Pop Da Brown Hornet out of Stapleton, Staten Island. We in the building.
Shout out.
Three black brothers. You heard?
It's a fact. So what's good with you, bro?
All right, well, just dropped a new single with the Force MDs, titled Daydreaming. Kind of like flashback with Curtis Blow, Jump Off or whatever. So we kind of remixed it, revived it for the new generation. And that's coming off. I got an album out that's streaming as well, Forming Mandela. Several singles that's on YouTube, Poppin', Hustle Hard, Zaddy Gotcha, Straighten It Out, Forming Mandela, the title track. Yeah, so got a few things going on.
That's what's up. And I heard you say so Curtis Blow is one of the inspirations, or who are some of the inspirations coming up?
Yeah, well, definitely one of the inspirations. I mean, kind of like been musically inclined due to the fact of my grandfather was part of like the harp tones back in the days. You know what I mean? They call them dicey. So always had music infused. My mom's played all the doo-wop from, and you already know, from Marvin Gaye's to the Teddy Pendergrasses to the Stevie Wonders, all that soulful shit we grew up on. So there was influences, definitely. Early in hip hop, yeah, I was like, yo, Ma, go get me that Run DMC album, and she came back with These Are the Breaks. So I was kind of like forced to Curtis Blow, you know what I mean? And definitely one of the forefathers and legends of the game. And I always was intrigued with the fact that daydreaming was, you know what I mean? When they say that hip hop and R&B nowish, it always was. So you know what I mean? There's nothing really new to the art form.
Yeah, so you got Haz G on that song too. He produced it.
Well, Haz G produced it. You know, that's Phantom of the Beat. Haz G is when he's with the UMC. That's him and Kim. So he transformed the Phantom of the Beat, which, you know, we all well know he do the beats or whatever. So yeah, he's the producer on the track of the Daydreaming joint. And we got, like I said, the legendary Force MDs, Stevie D, you know, Khalil, Zaim, the remaining members, you know, rest in peace to the Driscolls, Mercury's, and TCD. But yeah, that's paying homage as well. You know, growing up on Staten Island, taking the ferry boat, seeing them perform on the ferry boat, Jesse D and all these brothers, me being a little kid, maybe 10, 11 years old. Remember throwing $1 in there, seeing them perform at big parks, you know what I mean, with Dr. Rock, rest in peace, where they was the Force MCs. So yeah, they are forefathers when it comes to Staten Island history. So for me to be able to do a song with them, definitely something to, you know, scratch off the bucket list, and definitely an honor that they would even consider a brother such as myself to even do a collaboration with.
That's what's up. What's that hoodie say on it?
This right here is a couple of pieces I'll be putting together. You know, Staten Fly from Staten Island, New York, 10304, SINY.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So a couple of pieces that's gonna be thrown around. Had it out during the pandemic. I started, just playing around and putting things on clothing. So it's definitely something that I'm gonna.
Yeah, I gotta get one. I'm in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. All right. That's what it is.
I get one. Show some love.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? It'll be well, like, if you know anything about Staten Island, like Stapleton, where I'm from, a lot of people from Brooklyn, they come out there, they make it their home, and you're like, this shit remind me of Fort Greene or so many different flavors. So Staten Island ain't too far from BK. We understand what it is, the fifth borough.
Yeah, you cross that Verzuz, you be all right, huh?
Yeah, I got the easy pass little discount. Y'all coming from Brooklyn, y'all got.
Y'all get it though, I thought. I thought y'all get the discount. Y'all don't gotta pay at all, right?
No, we get a heavy discount.
Oh, okay,
like
okay.
$3 one way, $3 coming back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think if we gotta use the easy pass to get the discount, but I think it's still like $15 though. That shit the worst.
Yeah.
You don't go if you only go there if you need to. Shout out Staten Island, man. So actually, how long have you been rapping though, as a professional artist?
Forever, man. Professionally, I want to say the first time I put something on wax, I want to really recollect. It probably was around '94. I want to say 94. I put in something out. Was on Fadolo Records. I had a joint called "Can You Woo Woo Woo," and the B-side was "Let's Go to Lap." Both of them was produced by R&S, coming out of Stapleton. So that, and then the claim to fame song that I'm known for, I dropped around 95, 96, and that was Black on Black Crime. And then the B-side was GP Connection with my brother DSA, Dark Skin Assassin.
Did you say your song was named Woo Woo Woo?
What you say?
You said your first song was named Can You Woo Woo Woo?
Yeah, the first song that I came out. Well, I kind of like took something from that, but then at the same time, the Wu was, the Wu movement was coming. So I was always part of the Wu movement. So when the clan and everybody was coming in, and they was, picking sides or whatever, and I was exiled. I came out with a song, "Could You Woo Woo Woo?" Is it just the front? GP the Grain is here to give you what you want. So it was more of a territorial Staten Island thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at time, like when King Just was coming with the Warriors drum, I was just more underground than everybody else at the time, but well known as far as Staten Island and making a lot of tapes from the 4-track to the 8-track, putting on cassette, dumping it in the Cunyon, and the shit just circulated. That's the start before we get to the wax.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. So you was coming up right around the time the Wu came out.
Well, the whole movement, like I said, this the whole movement. If you YouTube me, Google me, you see I was there from the very beginning. Just took a tougher path.
Is it you chalk it up to the business, or that's just something that it just happened that way?
Yeah, it's probably a combination of politics and everything that come with the business. It's definitely the politics. It's like, if you roll with the right crowd or whatever the case may be, the brothers will open the doors. If not, they slam them. So me being the soloist and just standing on my own 10 toes or whatever the case may be, like I said, life is a marathon. And so I stayed my pace and ran my race. You know what I mean? I wasn't worried about what everybody else was doing. So in hindsight, it might took a little bit longer, but here I am, and I'm still, making music representing Staten Island.
Yep. Yes, you did some songs with Shaheem.
Yeah, back in the days, definitely did songs with Sha. He had a song called "Pass It Off," where it was down low. I think Rubber Bands, myself, Big Daddy King was on that joint. And we did another joint, 5 Elements, where it was Rubber Bands, June Lover, Down Low, myself, kind of like the GP the Grain crew. We was on a song with Sha called "Dear God." So yeah, Sha's just like our little brother that came up. He's from Stapleton. I'm from Stapleton. Ghostface from Stapleton. Mac Wild's from Stapleton. Giant, it's like that's the temple of Staten Island. It's like Hotch G from Stapleton came out with the UMC's R&S. So you got the TMF. It just keeps oozing. There's a lot of talent that's like out of Stapleton. So yeah, I'm one of the forefathers from back in the days. That's still busting my gun with the MCing.
They got some. No, I was gonna say
shit. Make sure they check. I had interviewed Hotch G, so y'all listen. Make sure y'all check out this interview. They were saying I was reading Ghostface, your cousin.
Nah, Ghostface not my cousin, but they've been saying that early when he first came out, and the reason being is like, he's Dennis Coles, I'm Robert Briggs. Our families from Staten Island, like his mother and my aunt B, hung out close. You feel me? So when we was 10, 11, 12, we knew each other. And so his mom's, hey fam, and yo, what's up, fam? How you feel, auntie? It's just one of those. So
y'all cousins then.
Basically.
Yeah,
my cousins like my sister.
The way we do it, shit. That's my brother right there, Paul. My brother, like the way we do it, shit. You don't know who your real family is in the black.
You take that 23andMe. Yo, shit.
So when you say it, so we definitely connected when you say Staten Island history and it, like I said, it predates us. Like our moms went to junior high school together. So when they say, we fam, they more or less like we definitely share the same roots.
I'll ask you what you think about the Verzuz with him and Rakim. I mean Raekwon.
No, Redman, him and Red. Well, no, Raekwon. Yeah. You right.
No, they friends, ain't they? Like, ain't they the same? Like, if you want to do a versus, do Raekwon versus me. Do something live, like do something where it's gonna be.
That was a safe pick to do that. It was just like.
Yeah, do something like, you know what I mean? Get gutter with it. Like, fuck Brown Hornet, I'll verse. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see you battle your man and y'all going on tour together, all of that.
Yeah. That's a money grab too.
Yeah, when you do a versus, that's like back in the days, like when you in the 80s or whatever, you verse. You go against the opposition. You don't go against your friend. So for the hip hop and all of that, I got this good for that. But I'll be honestly, I've watched no verses. Not me, I didn't watch any verses. I was doing things that I don't run to the computer and just be like, whatever. I want things to open back up, and I'll go see you live. You know what I mean? But and if I want to reminisce, I'll pop you on. But I'd rather see Ghost versus Nas, or I'd rather see. They were saying
that'd be fire.
They was trying to say Raekwon versus Nas. Show me some live shit like that. Don't verse your friend. Y'all both down with Wu-Tang, like.
So you didn't like the Redman and Method Man one either, right?
Nah, that was more like it was a nice concert. They brought out Eric Sherman and I didn't watch that, but I heard. They
had K-Solo out there. They had K-Solo out there. Keith Murray, all of them was out there.
Hey, I want to go back and watch that one, but that damn Snoop and DMX one was all right.
Now, that's what you get. You get the dog versus the dog.
That's tight.
Rest in peace to DMX, but that I'm fucking with. You know what I mean? I want to fuck with Corrupt versus MOP or
do something like that.
Let's do some live verses. Let's do
That's good TV.
Brown Hornet. They never heard of me because I could dig in my catalog.
That's what I was gonna ask you. I was like, you got some shit for a verse? You can get it with some shit for a verses. So yeah, they might as well call you.
But I'll be the underdog. See, I'll hit y'all with shit y'all didn't hear. But when the beat hit, and I come rhyming, you gonna be like, and I got 10 of my goons with me, and we versing. And let the crowd decide. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do 1,000 push-ups and all my shit up like DMX. You know what I mean?
Hey, somebody we had on the show, but I didn't know he was that good at battling, but he's really good. Fucking Fredro Starr.
Yeah, well, that's
they keep Murray ass up. I was like, damn, I didn't know he did him like that.
Yeah, that's Onyx. I mean, that's Queens in the building. So I mean, you can never sleep on, and that's what it be. Like somebody be, like I said, I'm one of Staten Island's best kept secrets for a very long time. I've been alone. You could go when you YouTube me and you just scratch and see how long I've been. You'll ask them, but like you'll be like, yo, why these brothers never even threw the brother? What's good? Like, anything, because like I said, when you represent any borough you from, you were supposed to represent. You supposed to rep for your city, and you got somebody live. You don't smother his sound. You more or less supposed to try to introduce it to the world and let it be known. Nah, he's a brother repping for us. He's a legend from Staten Island. You know what I mean? Let the brother rock out. Co-sign the brother. You know, you don't smother the sound.
Nah, you know, that's just the game. The game funny when it comes to that, like you said, it's just the politics of the game, man. We didn't talk to a few people where the talent, it should be about talent. It should be about what you bring and how you create songs and stuff like that. But we just know the game ain't like that, bro. It should be.
Yeah, but it's not. But at the same time, like you said, I ain't gonna cry over spilled milk. I know that the game is designed and they got the program directors and they want to feed the masses the poison, so they're not going to check for the real. But that's not going to stop me from being real. That's not going to stop me from kicking my shit. And so maybe this shit ain't for me, but I'll spin it. I'll keep my publishing. I'll keep all of this, that, and the third. And it might be 10, 15, 20 years down the line, my music get respected and recognized, but it's not going to stop me from making music because it's already infused in what I do.
All day. So, and how would you? So, if some people listening now, how would you describe your sound to them?
I wouldn't. Like when you
let them listen to it.
Like listen, me, I'm like this. Like I said, we grew up off the Princes, the Michael Jacksons, the Marvin Gaye's, or Stevie Wonders. And when you hear Stevie Wonder and you hear these kind of artists, they didn't make songs that sound like the last song. Some of them may have, but I want each baby to be different. So it's not like I want you to be able to put a finger on a Brown Hornet. Like I have different, when you got different names, like the Brown Hornet. I got that off of Fat Album. The Fat Album, they went and ran and watched the Brown Hornet. When they watched the Brown Hornet, whatever dilemma they was going through in Fat Albert, Brown Hornet dropped a message on them. He gave them a little jewel and said, you know what, y'all should do X, Y, Z. And then Fat Albert will be like, oh, yo, you heard what the Brown Hornet said? Yo, we should handle the situation this way. So me as an MC, when I'm in Brown Hornet mode, it's about dropping the message. So that's why I got songs like Black on Black Crime. That's why I got songs like Straighten It Out. Certain songs is going to be conscious and helping out our people during the struggle. But at the same time, I'm not trying to be Chuck D. So I'm also the Brown Bomber. And I'm going to come with Mike Champ. I'm going to come with other things that's going to be lyrical attack. When you hear Mama Said Knock You Out by LL, you got to get lyrical on them. And that's Bomber Fire. So I cover different aliases. You know what I mean? That's how I want to stay diverse, where I just don't stay in one lane. I don't want you to be able to put a finger. I want to drop a song with the Force MDs, Daydreaming. They come back with Foreman Mandela. They come with Mike Champ. They come with Stapleton Fly. None of them is going to be identical.
What Gladiator Posse stand for?
Gladiator, that's what GP stood for. So. Like when I was signed to MCA, Hank Shockley and Daddy O was our A&Rs, and we more or less wanted to be GP the Grain. That was mainly and we wound up being called GP Wu. But GP and Wu both started in Stapleton, where I'm from. So GP stood for Gladiator Posse, also Grain produced and transformed. But that during my teenage years, that's when the Gladiator Posse, that's when Wu-Tang. That's when they both kind of like had their birth coming from out of Stapleton. So when you see GP Wu, just know that both of them started in Stapleton. So when the story was told to Hank Shockley, he was like, let's join them both together. But we're always GP the Grain. And while we're GP the Grain coming from Stapleton, Staten Island, the Temple, is because we know that a lot of musical movers and shakers came through Stapleton to be infused, with an R-infused RZA, with an R-infused Hosh G in the UMCs, R-infused myself, Brown Hornet, R-infused King Just, Hey Ya Ho, R-infused Shaheem, this is on and on. R&S, a lot of MCs coming from out of Stapleton, Staten Island, the Temple. Anybody that wants to be yo, let me go check R&S. And that's how it was back in the days. You came through Stapleton. That's what it, I mean, and Wu-Tang, the seed was planted in Stapleton. GP, it was planted in Stapleton. So, yeah.
Any rappers coming up now out of Stapleton that you know you bring basically like we.
There's a ton of MCs always coming out. I mean, shout out to my son Don Dollars. He's on the joint with me, straighten it out, but he's definitely a young talent that's coming up from out of Staten Island. But Stapleton, shout out to Trife, shout out to Shaheem, shout out to shout out to my young cousin Scrooge. He just did a joint with Jadakiss, Us Never Them. So there's a lot of young up-and-coming talent that's ready to explode, coming from all out of state. Shout out to New Brighton, West Brighton, Manasauba, Jungle Mills, Paul Kill, of course, where I'm from, Stapleton, Toad Hill, Berry Homes, all of that, Timeville. Oh, yeah. But, yeah, there's a ton of talent. So with that being said, it's only been one regime eaten. And now it's time that y'all, you know, Staten Island gets exposed with more talent. So I'm just one of the forefathers that have credibility, that can speak for the masses. But yeah, there's a ton of talent coming from all over when it comes to Staten Island.
And what you got? And what you working on in 2021 for us?
Well, some clothing. I'm definitely working on a new project for 2022. I ain't gonna, you know, say much, but there's definitely gonna be some more singles that I have lined up for this year that I'll probably drop as well, following what I'm doing now with the Force MDs. So there definitely is gonna be something for the summer, and you know, definitely gonna follow something for the fall, leading into the first quarter of 2022. But there'll be more singles coming from out of me before the year's out, definitely.
Hey, what's the name of the member that be like on that Tender Love that be like loving you right from the start? Which one is that one?
On Tender Love?
Yeah, you know who that is? Which one is that one?
No. Oh, you can't ask him.
I mean,
he might know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I try to understand the high note you was hitting.
Oh.
Sound like it could have been Jesse.
You can't understand the high note if he ain't hit it, bro. He ain't hit the high note.
I guess he sounded like, I guess he was the lead. So who was the lead on Tender Love?
The lead was TCD.
Okay.
The lead was TCD. The voice was smoother than butter right there. The lead was TCD.
That was a bet. That was on Crush. Went on Crush Groove.
Well, yeah, itching for a scratch. Itching for a scratch. You know what I mean? They was doing a little popping and breaking. Then they had Let Me Love You. That's when Jesse, I think, sang lead and Let Me Love You. They was over there in Paris on the boat, going through the watching Big Ben in the backdrop. That's if you're a Force MDs fan. I remember all of that, man. That's when TCD had the missing tooth. He was like, you got to fix that tooth, man. You know what I mean?
You said you had said in the beginning, you were saying that the art form really ain't changed from then and now.
Well, I'm not gonna say it didn't change, but what I'm gonna say is like now the artists have to be R&B infused. You know, it's like they killed R&B and they killed hip hop and they infused it inside of one artist.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, we were just talking about that before with the guests beforehand.
Move music, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe. Yeah, they doing that shit like Poe said. Poe was like, you can't really call yourself hip hop if you doing that shit though like that. That's that genre, whatever that genre is.
Yeah, when we used to listen to High 97, they used to be like, "Oh, High 97 where hip hop and R&B lives." Like I said, they crushed the DMXs, and they birthed the Drakes of the world and the Futures and then the R&B and all of this. So now you got to come out singing and harmonizing, and they got us in handbags. So they softened our shit up so much. When you hear, I remember going when you go to the big park when the speakers used to be on top of each other, and you heard EPMD like.
Oh yeah.
What happened to that shit?
No, they don't got
I'm hearing this Christmas Carol hip hop and
Don't they sing that song? You got to chill.
Yeah, you got to chill.
Boom, 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 boom.
That's the Negro spirituals.
Hey,
when you came slow pimping with that shit, and the speakers was, you don't hear nothing like that no more.
We just talked about that before you came on, where like, yeah, that music to us is still timeless, but I don't hear nothing now that'll be played 20 years from now. Where somebody is,
I hope really, not. This shit sound like, these beats sound like Candyland. This just, I mean, and like I say, it's a vibe. I guess so. When you got this new generation and they popping these pills and they doing this, that, and the third, they hearing sounds differently than we are.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They even say that. They even say you might listen to this better off a perk or something. It ain't gonna sound the same if you ain't high.
So I guess I'm gonna miss that whole vibe. I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss that whole vibe. Like that's not for us. You know what I mean? But for them young worlds, and they rolling off 3 pills, and they hearing Drake, and they rubbing pierced titty rings, and they changing up our whole shit, man. They doing it right in front of our face blatantly. You know what I mean? They telling us that the now Poe and DJ Perry and Brad Pop, we toxic males now. The masculine male, I'm toxic now.
Yeah, right. I mean? Like, why are you making fun of him with a dress on, nigga? Cause we don't know. We don't, like, I just seen a picture today of a basketball player. The wife was doing a pregnancy photo shoot, so he wore a dress for her edit. I'm like, but see, why?
Yeah.
They say, oh, y'all gotta get hip, y'all gotta get some style. That ain't, to me, that ain't style. But that also leads me to the fact that they try to tear down the older hip hop artists because you're not doing the vibe shit. Me and Paul all talk about all the time. We got to take care of the OGs. It should be something in place to take care of the OGs. For one, to the point where other genres take care of their older artists. They pass that music down. They pass that music down to the kids.
I hear a lot of y'all platforms say that. So, and there's a lot of platforms and podcasts now, and so because when people ask me, yo, why'd you come back? Before we didn't have platforms such as Brothers, I can get on 2 Brothers.
Right.
And I can spit my jump off or whatever the case may be. You had to wait for your label to say, yo, you got an interview or you got XYZ. Now, there's billions of ways to where your story can be heard. So we just got to change the narrative. And we got to push our narrative to the forefront, man. Especially when it comes to this real hip hop, like not to go off topic of what you said, but they definitely misleading the masses. They what they did was, once they broke up the black home and they just left and they took out the male, it kind of made a lot of us men feminine because we all was raised by women. So when we got a lot of our artists that get on superstars and y'all want to thank my moms because she was always there because daddy wasn't in the picture. I mean, it was systemically done to us to be removed so that when they got what they have in play now, to where since a lot of us men were raised by women, we can identify with women tendencies very much so comfortably that when it's time to cater to a woman, if you was raised by one, you could easily find yourself, well, I'm gonna just put on a dress, I'm just acting, I'm just thinking. But you supposed to be an alpha, my dude. Like certain shit you just not supposed to do. You don't bow down to it to make anybody happy. You stay in your zone. You know what I mean? Because other genres, and other nationalities who we enlightened in the beginning as being who we were as Moors, we enlightened the universe. So with that being said, from the Buddhists to the Jew to everybody else, they stay in line and their women follow suit. So we got to stay in line. So our women follow suit. But as soon as we get out of line, we think it's okay to rock a tutu, our women will look at us like, nah, he ain't built. You know what I mean? How could I follow the individual when he don't even know who he is? we can't be lost like that. We in the time of right now where we have to be, where there has to be leaders. So, and that we have to lead in our music as well, you know, because the program wants to dumb us down. They want all our females to be twerking, and they want all our young youth to be gang related, popping Percocets, not even functional, not even coherent to the real shit that's going on in the world. Y'all playing Call of Duty while these dudes are strapping up, ready to line us up. But yeah, you know, don't let me.
Oh yeah, we playing a video game, but they out there for real, huh?
Hey, what he say? He said, "Man, they got some shit that'll blow your back from where they at."
Facts.
You know,
they make their own guns. I seen this shit. Biden said something about banning the gun. They got guns made out of cardboard, so they don't even be
3D guns. Yeah, the
crazy.
3D guns.
Man, I know their technology is so far ahead of us. You know what I mean? That's why they shut everything down. They was like, yeah, don't even make no more movies because they be telling us so much shit in the movies. I mean, they was with. Well, I remember when they was. What was he do? Maxwell Smart or whatever. The detective had the phone in his shoe.
Yeah.
All these special gadgets that we live by today. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
After the 90s, is like babies was born with a phone. In our generation, you had to wait for that phone call. Homegirl call, like, you know, watching Bill Cosby, hoping you get a phone call. You know what I mean?
I remember I was a man with that pager.
He was a man with the pager, right? You like this. He sent a little messages. Yo, hello. You know what I mean? You flipping it upside down, reading all.
Yo, you front like a girl just paged you and shit. You like, yo, that's your mom, nigga. You better take your ass home.
They still got pages?
That shit don't say hello. That shit get your ass upstairs, motherfucker.
I'm sorry. Yo, my dad got us a pager, man. My dad was like a OG though, so I think when I graduated 7th grade, that was my. He didn't know, man. Shout out my pops. You know, he was a street nigga, so it was like he figured like, that's what he was. That's what he was.
Look,
I'm like, yo, we graduated 8th grade. He like, all right, come here, little nigga. It's me and my boy. He's like, this is my gift to y'all. He gave us both pages. We ain't know the hell doing no damn pages.
This is expensive. I just looked at the price up.
They still sell them?
No, I'm just looking at it. Yeah, they cost like $200 and $300 and shit.
For a page?
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here, huh?
Yeah, we can't even look. Hey, you used to have to wait for the girl to call you. Now you can stalk her ass with your phone.
Yeah, but the old ones only cost like the old ones cost like $20-$30.
Oh, okay.
So now they got upgraded ones.
Oh yeah, I don't wear. I don't know. I can't do that. You know, my dad. He probably would like that, but me, I don't fool no pages now.
You should get one for your Father's Day.
That nigga lose his mind. No, but when he was talking,
it'd be good to be like when you throw in an 80s party or a 90s party, you got the little page on your side.
Yeah, everybody doing the old school joint.
Some Cazel's on with a Kango, you know what I mean?
Hey, you sound just like him. He used to wear the Kango. I mean the Cazel's. I used to always want to do everything he did because secretly I liked that shit, but I knew it wasn't what you're supposed to be doing. So when I got older, I should always try to find juke. The nigga always had on the Cazel's, a nice silk short suit, and some juke cologne. Now you can buy that shit at 7-Eleven.
I used to like juke too because my dad used to wear juke.
Yeah, my dad wear that shit all the time.
Yeah,
that's cologne right there.
Yeah, but like he's.
That was a guy that. That's that man. I don't even
Juke, yeah, juke. I know the chicks love that shit back in the day.
But yeah, juke drinking an old English or Valentine ale. You know what I mean? Some Cisco, some juke. That was
shit.
And them niggas live to like 90 years old, drinking all that shit. We can't drink none of that shit now. I'm like 40 years. I can't. My shit be hurting when I drink. I can't even drink like that.
Drinking that Mickey's and that Coke King Cobra and all that shit, man. That shit hurt. I tried to drink. It was a couple years ago, but I tried to drink some Mickey. They got that one called Three Locos, Best Locos.
Oh, no, I ain't fucking with that shit. That shit
bad for me. I had to let that shit go. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, them 4 Locos or whatever.
Yeah.
Green, orange, all of you don't want to fuck with them right there, boy.
This nigga's that's like
I smelled that crack. You can't smell it. Like, nah, this ain't for me.
This niggas that's locked up because they drank one of them shits. They drank 2 of them, did some dumbass shit.
And didn't know what they did. So they see they shit to the NYPD camera say, yeah, that's you. Yeah, you see you right there.
All day.
You grab the ass and then they knock you out. And you know what I mean? They call it.
Hey, and they not even doing crimes right these days. Hey, like you said, the world, man, they doing dumb shit. Like I'm in Brooklyn. They had a crime the other day. Some little dudes knocked out like a 67-year-old lady. I'm like, yo.
That's because I'm telling you that these drugs that these kids is on is really taking control of them. It's taking control of them. They don't know what it's doing, but when you know, if you pop in 5 perks a day, eventually you're not going to be in the right state of mind. And it's unfortunate because, you know, there's a lot of these little kids that's created, you know, just have lost their mind and they do hideous crimes. Yeah. And it's sad because, you know, it could be somebody's mother, grandmother walking down the block. I don't want to hear that. Don't nobody.
Yeah, you got to pay for that. Yeah, you gonna pay for that one no matter what.
Yeah, and it's sad because, like I said, a lot of these kids doing these acts, they don't have a conscious mind. They're impaired. You know, they're drugged up.
So what you think should happen to them when they go trial? Then should they be found liable for what they did if they just because they was high out of their mind, didn't know what they was doing? Would you give them some type of like, all right, I'm gonna get you help instead of giving you a lot of time?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, and I'm gonna be blatantly honest with you. I mean, at 9 times out of 10, like I said, it's systematic. These drugs are thrown in these communities to keep us that way. So that's why they're not gonna throw a fair judge at you. Once they throw you and you fall a victim, the judge is gonna be like, "Well, you was out there doing what? You was out there high? You was fucked up? Yeah, I'm gonna hit you. You should have knew better than that." When no actuality, it's not like that. These kids grow up. They took a lot of these programs away from our kids in these inner cities. They can't go to centers. The high schools stopped teaching us trades like electricity and plumbing and all these. So when these kids get out of high school, they have no knowledge on how to go get a job. So they go run to the streets. The streets is the fast life, the fast money. And in doing so, they're introduced to these drugs because our artists that these programmers are programming the music to play is telling you to go get high and go get fucked up and go scam and go do this. They glorify that.
Yeah, because if you looking at Future with money, cars, girls, and he telling you that he just took some Xanax mixed with Percocet, mixed with Hennessy, knowing he probably didn't. He didn't do that, but because he probably dead somewhere. But you go and do it. Only
1%. He could be the 1% rhyming about it and being successful. But the masses that's gonna run behind you thinking that your blueprint is the way to success, you're gonna create millions and millions of losers out there because you're gonna start popping these drugs. And like I said, that's what it's programmed to do. Unfortunately, you know, America is the biggest pharmaceutical business in the world. So what are they gonna pull? And what they want us to push on it? You know, they're nothing but staple childs for and promoting the agenda that is pushed across. But if we are to really win, we are supposed to bring back the economy of America, then us brothers, you know, we must push right through the residue that they're promoting. You know, we can ridicule a lot of other ethnic groups, but, you know, certain ethnic groups, they don't even watch TV and they don't turn on the radio because they don't even want their kids to indulge with the rhetoric that Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and all of them is spitting out of their mouth. That shit ain't productive.
And then you call them the queens of rap and this and that. I was watching something. Like, how you going?
They got 16 and 17-year-olds running away from home, want to be strippers and pop drugs and thinking they got that wop. You know what I mean? You got
my daughter 15 told me she was a Barbie. I said, damn. That shit hurt, man. I said, you ain't no damn. She thinks she one of them Nicki Minaj Barbie fan girls. I'm like, nah, man.
When actuality, you Cleopatra. That's who you're a queen. That's who you are. You ain't no damn Barbie. You know what I mean? But I'm telling you, listen. Unless we take back our culture, unless we force feed it, because whenever we let somebody else dictate our future and dictate our music, they took jazz, they took R&B, they took rock and roll. They take everything And then they'll tell you that little Nas X is the best rapper.
Wait, what the hell is that?
I said, did y'all see this? You don't know
What
what
is that? That's Megan Thee Stallion?
Yeah. I was like,
She got devil horns on?
Yeah, I was like, what's she doing?
So that's Meg Thee Stallion. This is where
with the devil horn.
So all hip hop is just jump right into the game. And if you ain't wearing the tutu, you doing something where it look like you idolizing Satan.
Yeah.
You know, little Nas X made the video. He's sliding down a stripper pole to go sit on Satan's lap. Why are we using hip hop? Why they not using country music? Why they not using country music? Why they not
using hip hop? Because we the most influential. That's why they
but also with Lil Nas X, they did, man, look, it was fucked up what they did, but they played that shit so smart because they played that shit so cool because they was like, look, we're gonna make you this kid who you gonna merge with country. You're gonna put out this country rap song. They're gonna love you. The parents ain't gonna mind the kid. Look, the parents don't even care if you listen to Lil Nas X. Now we got the kids hooked. We got the black kids hooked. We're gonna have you do this shit. And they made that song #1 song in the country.
The other song?
The Montero joint. That song was #1 for like a few weeks. Cause now the parents like, oh yeah, we don't mind Lil Nas X. You know, it's fine. You know, he got the riding around on a horse and doing this, and now look what he's doing.
And he stated that song wasn't nothing that the kids should have been listening to.
He
said, listen to the lyrics. Your kids shouldn't have been listening to that downtown beat or what? No,
that country joint.
That's Nelly, my bad, buddy.
Oh, the country grammar joint, yeah. Oh yeah, that wasn't no kid song, but that Lil Nas.
And they play, they cut grammar tight though. Hold up, they cut grammar hard.
No, he said it wasn't lyrics for kids though.
He said it wasn't lyrics for kids, but like that's the technology in it all. You know, you use the young to attract the young, and then you poison their brains. But when you got some positive, influential messages to give to them, they like nah.
Hey, that's how they do that with everything. They should treat the daddies who took care of their kids like shit. You like, damn, nigga, you at home.
When are we gonna be able to? When are we gonna just be able to dictate our own?
I think we just gotta keep it going, and it's gonna happen. Like you were saying earlier, you was like, I went against that, and it maybe put me on a longer road, but I'm gonna still keep going because shit. You don't want to miss that way. You want to rap for 30 years and then nobody really was on that positive shit. Then out the blue, everybody want to hear positive rap and you didn't stop now.
And I went negative. Now I'm like, no, yo.
You know, here I'm coming back. Hey, because I said Jay-Z. I'm sorry about Jay-Z like that. I was like, shit, Jay-Z. I don't know. I thought Nas, like you was getting on Nas for the type of shit he rapped about, but then you ended up rapping about that once you got older because. That's what you got, man. Once you get older, you should be rapping about the shit that Nas was rapping about his whole career, though. Like you shouldn't wait till you get in your late 40s to be talking about uplifting people and the community and this and that.
Who you talking about?
Well, it's so much rock you could push before you have to change the dialogue or whatever the case may be and show maturity. You know, but that's why I said there's always room for the Brown Hornet because something that they're jumping on now, black on black crime, I made back then. This is not something I'm jumping on just.
You got that video? Oh, you could probably play the video. You
want to play there? You want to play the?
Well, I want you to play the Daydreaming if you want to play a video. Play the latest joint because I'm out here, you know, looking sharp. Nigga. I gotta be up to date. I got the Force MDs. They doing their thing out there, doing their numbers, making a surge. So, but yeah,
let's do it.
You know,
let's do it.
Yeah, we're gonna play it right now.
Shit, Golden State giving Lakers a run right now. I got a man. I'm like, damn.
Watching it.
Yo, Fenta, I need you to call up Stevie D. If we don't pick up, get in contact with Khalil. Definitely gonna need the force on this one. Yeah, I think about her all the time. Can't keep a sexy off my mind. Heartfelt hugs with them juicy kisses. On vacation, taking the flies pictures. Calling me left same day that she did. Zayn said he seen her flexing with some new kid. I want her back, now I'm plotting and scheming. She living the best life, I'm home daydreaming.
Always dreaming about you, baby. You know it's true. You got me feeling for you. It's sweet as truly mine. Oh, takes me where I want to be. Where I want to be. Daydreamer. Let's be happy.
Drifting on the memory. Wrapped in your arms, there's no place to bomb or would rather be. Between your legs where it's nice and warm. In a heat wave or a thunderstorm. If the weather's frigid in an ice cold blizzard, my door's always open for you to come visit. Have you spread out on some smooth silk fabric. Play them Force MDs with a touch of blue magic. It's a small sample I have you with. Not a part on your body I wouldn't lick. From your head to your toe I go nice and slow. Run to your girlfriends if you dealing with a bro. Yeah, I got you smiling, you know I be wildin'. I'm from Stapleton, Staten Island. Bring out your freaky side and get you zoning. Let your head down and watch you get the moaning.
Daydreaming, I'm thinking of you. Daydreaming, you know it's true. Let me love you, baby. Daydreaming, you know it's true.
This daydreaming,
Daydreaming,
you got me going crazy. I'm still
takes me
daydreaming.
where I want to be. Where I want to be. Daydreaming, let's be happy. You and me.
Thinking about you, baby, it got me excited. You know, I miss that tender love. You need to let me love you again. You know love is a house, and you know you got the key, baby. I need you back.
Daydreaming.
So you had the Michael Jackson jacket on.
Yeah, I like that joint. I like that joint.
Yeah, it's more, you know, it's more that spring summer vibe, barbecue. Kind of away from the typical stuff that they're doing now, little vintage hip hop type shit. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, it had that feel. It had a
definitely universal, and grown is sexy. Everybody
it had that vibe. It had that vibe. Not to talk about vibes, but it had that vibe. That was a vintage hip hop. I was getting just a friend vibe a little bit from Biz Markie.
Okay, all right, I'll go for that.
Yeah,
I'll go for that. You know?
I fool with that. We got, we got the radio station too, so we'll throw that on the rotation on the radio station. We doing it on Live 365, so they pay you out. They pay the royalties when we play it, so we'll throw it in there.
Nah, there's definitely love. Like I said, I mean, it's kind of left in our hands for certain things to be played. They're not gonna play it over there. So
yeah,
I mean, if you got power to break certain music and certain records that you know that your grandma could listen to, that you could play around your daughter or whatever the case may be, you can't be afraid to play. You can't be afraid to play. Who doesn't daydream? I mean, that's just the bottom line. They daydream around the world. Everybody daydreams about everything. Everybody reminisces about whatever it's gonna be. But it's healthy. You know what I mean? Just to make sure that your memory's intact. So just to be able to play a song that's friendly, that everybody can relate to. That's how music used to be. When you made a song like "I always love my mama."
Yeah.
Everybody got a mama and they can relate to it.
They don't do that no more.
Daydreaming, everybody daydreams. Everybody can relate to it. You know,
everybody can relate to love and the feelings, all that.
Right? They're not promoting masculine males. They're not promoting that we got feelings and that we love women. They want to promote and push their agenda, but we also have to push the fact that we still in existence. Nobody is repping us. We just supposed to be men and take it the way it comes, but nobody's repping us when it comes to music or whatever the case may be. And I just think that you know, everything doesn't have to be pornographic. Some things could just be left to whereas it was artistic. I mean, Slick Rick was one of the greatest storytellers and things of that nature. So I've always had a desire to say, let's make music, but let's make it artistic at the same time, because a lot of that is missing.
That's a fact. All right, we agree. We agree with you, man. We want to let everybody know how they can find you on social media, how they can find your music.
Yeah, well, Foreman Mandela, that's streaming everywhere right now. That's the album. Daydreaming featuring the Force MDs. That's streaming on all platforms right now. Add it to your playlist. Add them both to your playlist. Instagram, you can find me under Instagram, find me under Pop Da Brown Hornet _ grain related. Grain, GRAIN related. That's on Instagram. Pop Da Brown Hornet _ grain related. On Facebook, you can find me under Pop Da Brown Hornet. On TikTok, find me under Pop Da Brown Hornet. And that's about it on social medias, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just went and bought that Mackin' and Pippin joint from iTunes for you. Yeah, I like that one.
Mackin' and Pippin. Like I really want to do a video to that. I gotta either Jersey, Atlanta, or whatever. I gotta get in the strip joint and do some. You know, it's been going on for centuries. Introduced to it in kindergarten, became one in elementary. A simple mathematics, you can't change what was meant to be. Mackin' and Pippin, Shaq and Wade, Jordan and Pippin. One walks with the swagger, the other one is limping. It paid. I could go on and on. But
No,
that's different. That's different right there.
I would say that album, Foreman Mandela.
I named the album Foreman Mandela, being I grabbed George Foreman's last name and I grabbed Nelson Mandela's last name and I made it Foreman Mandela.
That's dope. So
the Foreman, George Foreman, knocked out by Ali. Well, it was once stated it took him, you know, whatever. However many years, 10 years to get back up. Once he got knocked out, of course, you know, probably had a fight or two. He retired for 10 years, then he fought for 7 years before he got the belt back. So it was 17 years in between him having that title. So regardless of anything, he didn't let that defeat him or deter him. He still came back out of retirement and made it his business to grab that heavyweight championship. Same with Nelson Mandela, locked up for over 26, 27 years. Still came out of being locked up. Still came out, wound up being the president, you know, of certain parts of Africa. So he didn't let time defeat him. He still stayed his course and still wanted to represent his people. Nobel Peace Prize winner. So those are dudes that stood the test of time and they didn't get deterred. So more or less, like when I came out with my album on Smoke Records /MCA, The Underground Emperor, you know, it was almost like 20 years since I last dropped my last solo album, 1999.
Yeah.
So,
I would say my 23andMe say me and Nelson Mandela related. I took the 23andMe. It say we related.
Okay. Well, that's not. I
don't really know how much to get into that shit. Like I do it, but I'd be like, man, I just look at it. So I'm doing another one to match it up and see what it say. I'm doing the Ancestry one too. So I'm gonna do both of them and look at them.
Right. You might be related to Chubb Rock though. But yeah, so
ain't no damn Chubb Rock. Yeah. He tried to play me.
Hey, did we interview his nephew or something?
Yeah.
We just interviewed Chubb Rock nephew last week.
Oh yeah. Oh what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, that's funny. As she said, nigga, you might want to go redo that joint. Nigga said they say Chubb Rock for the next one.
Which yeah. So yeah, that's why I named it Foreman Mandela, because like I said, this symbolicness of me not dropping the album in such a long time, 18 years since I dropped the solo album. Mm-hmm. So it's like I didn't let the time defeat me. I still more or less stayed the course and let it be known that I could still miss that much time and still come out with an album that's up to par with traditional hip hop and lyricism.
Yeah. All day. Now,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Hey, yo,
that's
Poe,
what's up.
that was just a joke, man. You don't look like, Chubb Rock, man. Come on, man.
I'm gonna cry when I get to the car.
Hey, that nigga was thinking of a comeback. Hey, Paul was thinking of something to jab your ass with back before we got
He
on.
looking at me like this. Like, motherfucker. Now I ain't letting him get out on my show, motherfucker.
I'm like,
Out on my watch.
I'm trying to think who he look like and shit.
Nah, it's all love. Man, look, we appreciate you, bruh. Look, come back on, chop it up with us. You know, we like the conversations with you guys, man. So
yeah, when I come out with the next joint, definitely make sure I reach out to you brothers and make it happen. If you can add me to the playlist, like you said on the radio,
yeah, we got you.
That daydreaming, whatever the case may be, much appreciated. Thank you, brothers, for having me. Signing off from Stapleton, Staten Island, Pop Da Brown Hornet. Add me to your playlist. Bombo fire!
Peace.
Hey, y'all, we out. Tomorrow, check us out.